Hey y'all, welcome back to the party. It is your girl, BrittReacts, and today we are reacting via a kind suggestion to George Carlin, the Unalive penalty. Let's see what he has to say.
The same way we made up the death penalty. We made them both up, sanctity of life and the death penalty. Aren't we versatile? And you know, in this country now, there are a lot of people who want to expand the death penalty to include drug dealers. This is really stupid. Drug dealers aren't afraid to die. They're already killing each other every day on the streets by the hundreds. Drive-bys, gang shootings, they're not afraid to die. Death penalty doesn't mean anything unless you use it on people who are afraid to die. Like the bankers who launder the drug money.
Ooh, bang, bang. That's what we called shots fired, folks. Yikes. Bang, bang. Yikes. Ooh, George the truth teller.
Bankers who launder the drug money. The bankers who launder the drug money. Forget the dealers. You want to slow down that drug traffic, you got to start executing a few of these fucking bankers. White, middle-class, Republican bankers.
Wow.
And I'm not talking about soft American executions like lethal injection. I'm talking about fucking crucifixion, folks. Let's bring back crucifixion. A form of capital punishment the Christians and Jews of America can really appreciate. And I'd go a little further. I'd crucify people upside down. Like St. Peter.
That's horrible. This is just a question because I think, you know, obviously we live in a culture of, we live in a world of cancel culture right now. And I don't think that was so much of a thing back when all of these were recorded or George's bits were recorded. But I can imagine he received some type of backlash or, you know, like, I don't want to say unalive threats, but I am sure there were people who were very upset with his messaging because it was so unapologetic. It was so loud. It was so, like it was on a platform because he had a platform, right? Like he was a famous comedian. And so I don't know. I just wonder like how much he dealt with that kind of stuff. I don't know. This seems to be the early 90s. So I was a kid. I don't know anything about like how the world was then, you know, as far as like outrage and what people did because there wasn't Instagram and all these things that they could just hop on and give their opinions. But I'm curious to know. So if you have any like information on like what George dealt with in response to his shows and just the amount of outright truth that he would tell, I would love, or let me not say truth because that's subjective. I think to some people might totally agree with him. Some people might think he's so far off. But how about what was the response to the unforgiving, like just, this is what I mean, this is what I say kind of, show that he did? Let me know if you know.
I'd go a little further. I'd crucify people upside down.
That's
St.
so
Peter,
brutal.
feet up, head down, and naked. I'd have naked upside down crucifixions on TV once a week at halftime of the Monday Night Football game.
That'll do it. That's enough to stop crime right there. That'll do it. That would send them packing. Nope, that's crazy.
Halftime of the Monday Night Football game. Halftime. Monday night. The Monday night crucifixions. You'd have people tuning in, don't even care about football. Wouldn't you like to hear Dan Deerdorf explain why the nails have to go in at a certain angle?
Ouch.
And I'll guarantee you one thing, you start executing, you start nailing one white banker per week to a big wooden cross on national TV, you're going to see that drug traffic begin to slow down pretty fucking quick.
Immediately.
Pretty fucking quick. You won't even be able to buy drugs in schools and prisons anymore.
Imagine. That's crazy to think about. He's right, though. His logic is always, like, spot on.
Fucking quick. You won't even be able to buy drugs in schools and prisons anymore. Now, I don't care about capital punishment one way or another, because I know it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything except maybe satisfy a kind of biblical need for revenge. You know, if you read the Bible, you see that it's full of retribution and revenge. So really, capital punishment is kind of a religious ritual. It's a purification rite. It's a modern sacrament. And as long as that's true, I say, let's liven it up a little. I honestly believe if you make the death penalty a little more entertaining and learn to market it correctly, you just might be able to raise enough money to balance the stupid fucking budget. Balance the stupid fucking budget. And don't forget, the polls show the American people want capital punishment and they want a balanced budget. And I think even in a fake democracy, people ought to get what they want once in a while, just to feed this illusion that they're...
He is going off on this one. Like, the phrase going off, meaning like, it's just... he's just dropping gem after gem after gem after gem on this one. Like, he's not letting up. He's not letting up. He's not letting up on this one. I just know this had so many people in a tizzy. I know it. I know it. Because this topic alone is so controversial. It's crazy.
Really in charge. Let's use capital punishment the same way we use sports and television in this country to distract people and take their minds off how bad they're being fucked by the upper 1%. Now, unfortunately, Monday Night Football doesn't last long enough. What we really need is year-round capital punishment on TV every night with sponsors. Gotta have sponsors. I'm sure as long as we're killing people, Marlboro Cigarettes and Dow Chemical will be proud to participate. Proud to participate. Balance the stupid fucking budget. And let me say this to you, my interesting Judeo-Christian friends, not only do I recommend crucifixions, I'd be in favor of bringing back beheadings. Beheadings on TV, slow motion, instant replay.
As outlandish as what he's saying seems, right? Like, this would never happen on television. Like, it seems like, oh my gosh, his point is so clear in the way that, like, I don't know. I just feel like I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say. I guess I'm trying to like make it make sense, but in my brain it makes sense. Like, you know what I mean? It's the way that you can dramatize something and make it bigger so that people understand the bigger picture. It's like, oh, when you reel it back and you remember what he's talking about, it's like, yeah, like what is actually going on kind of thing. And I think that's what's happening for me right now. It's like, this is nuts. But when you think about where we started and what he was talking about with the unalive penalty, it is kind of like, well, we might as well. If we're doing that, then we might as well do this kind of thing. You know? I don't know. That's just my opinion. And I don't know if it made sense the way I explained it, because I think I'm like still trying to process it.
Beheadings on TV, slow motion, instant replay.
DVR.
Let the heads roll down a little hill and fall into one of 5 numbered holes.
Plinko with heads. Oh man.
And fall into one of 5 numbered holes. Let the people at home gamble on which hole the head is going to fall into. And you do it in a stadium so the mob can gamble on it too. Raise a little more money. And if you want to expand the violence a little longer to sell a few more commercials, instead of using an axe, you do the beheadings with a handsaw. Hey, don't bail out on me now, goddammit. The blood is already on our hands. All we're talking about is a matter of degree.
You see, that's what I'm saying. He's like, we're already guilty of it. Why not crank it up a notch? It's really where I think I was trying to explain. Like, that just wrapped it all up and put it on a bow. It's like, we're already doing things that are quite horrible, I think is what he's trying to say. What's to stop us from going a few more notches up, you know? Which is what he's saying he's against. But like, why not? We're already playing God. And some people feel that way. Like, if you believe in God and you're deciding this person's life must end, then that is you playing a supernatural power. because no human can control things like that normally, right? But in our judicial system, in some places, I think a lot of states have, I don't know the ratio now, like how many states still have it and how many don't, but a lot of states have voted against it. But yeah, I think that's his whole point. It's like, we're already doing that. Why not?
You want something a little more delicate? We'll do the beheadings with an olive fork. That would be nice.
Ouch.
And it would take a good goddamn long time. There's a lot of good things we could be doing. When's the last time we burned someone at the stake? It's been too long. Here's another form of capital punishment. Comes out of a nice, rich religious tradition. Burning people at the stake. Sponsor, Bridgeford Charcoal. And you put it on TV on Sunday mornings. The Sunday morning evangelicals send us an offering, praise Jesus, human bonfire. You don't think that would get big ratings in this sick fucking country? Shit, you'd have people skipping church to watch this stuff. And you take the money they send in the offerings and you use it to balance the budget. What about boiling people in oil? Boy, those were the days.
Would that be boiling or frying? I don't know if you can boil people in oil, but I know you can fry things in oil. Can you boil in oil? I don't know. Can you boil in oil, y'all? Because doesn't it like start to fry? All right, off point. Let's keep going.
What about boiling people in oil? Boy, those were the days, weren't they? You get the oil going real good, you know? A nice high rolling boil. And then slowly, at the end of a rope, you lower the perpetrator head first into the boiling oil. Huh? You talk about fun shit. And just to encourage citizen participation, you let the mob in the stadium control the speed of the rope. Good, clean, wholesome family entertainment. The kids will love it. The kids will love it. And at the same time they're enjoying themselves, we're teaching them a nice Christian moral lesson.
What's that?
Boiling people in oil. Sponsor, Crisco.
I thought he was going to say like holy oil. This is crazy. It's just crazy to think about.
Boiling people in oil. Sponsor, Crisco. And maybe instead of boiling all these guys, every now and then you could French fry a couple of them, you know?
There you go.
French fried felons. Dip a guy in egg batter just for a goof, you know? Kind of a tempura thing, huh? Jeffrey Dahmer never thought of this shit, did he? Jeffrey Dahmer, eat your heart out. Which is an interesting thought in and of itself. Huh?
Eat your heart out, Sir Dahmer. It is an interesting thought. Oh my gosh, George.
All right, enough nostalgia. What about some
Nostalgia.
modern forms of capital punishment? How about we throw a guy off the World Trade Center and whoever he lands on wins the Publishers Clearinghouse? Okay, something a little more sophisticated. You dip a guy in brown gravy and lock him in a small room with a Wolverine who's high on angel dust. There's one guy.
How does he come up with these things? George, how are you coming up with these things? What?
Small room with a Wolverine who's high on angel dust. There's one guy's not going to be fucking with too many kids at the bus stop for a while, huh? Here's something really nice you could do. You shoot a guy out of a high-speed catapult right into a brick wall. Trouble is, it would be over too quick. No good for TV, you know? You'd have to do a whole bunch of guys right in a row. Rapid fire capital punishment. 15 catapults. While you're shooting off one, you're loading up the others. Of course, every now and then you would have to stop to clean off the wall. Cleanliness, right next to godliness. Cleanliness, right next to godliness. All right, high tech.
Oh my, you got to keep it clean though. Especially nowadays, everything's got to be sanitized 10 times before the next person comes in. You know what I mean? Maybe wrap the wall in plastic, like removable plastic.
All right, high tech. I sense some of yous are waiting for high tech. I got it. You take a small tactical nuclear weapon and stick it up a guy's ass. A thermonuclear suppository. Preparation H-bomb. You talk about fallout, huh? Whoa. Or you take the bomb and you stick it just inside that little hole on the end of a guy's dick, you know? Yeah, a bomb.
I don't even have one of those, and I'm in pain. Ouch. Oh my gosh, pain. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Stick it just inside that little hole on the end of a guy's dick, you know? Yeah, a bomb in a dick. When it goes off, the guy wouldn't know whether he was coming or going. Get out of here. I got you. Hey. Listen.
I feel like every guy was holding himself at the end of that one. Like, ooh, just hands in the middle of their situation. I'm sorry. He went there, he took it there, and that's what he's known for. What can you do? What can you say? Just go be a good person, and he won't come after you. You won't feel personally attacked. All right, y'all. Go have the day you deserve. Peace.